Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be going over the Veil of Steel, which is actually from the Loch Danon quest. The Loch Danon quest is a quest from one of King Leoric's captains, I believe. He says, "My name is Loch Danon, and I am cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has greater love for his king than I had for mine, and even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupt heart." Loch Danon. It's pretty rough. It was Lazarus, of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement and sent us off to die. When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through. I will forever live in anguish for the last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on. Loch Danon basically eventually finds you, or rather you find him, deep down in hell. He says that he's searching for an elixir, a golden elixir, that will help him, basically free him from his curse. You search around the next level, and on the next level there is a golden elixir that you find. You bring it back to Loch Danon, and he gives you, and rewards you for your effort, he gives you this item right here, known as the Veil of Steel. Let's go ahead and identify it.
My friend.
It's armor 18, durability 60, no required attributes. The Veil of Steel has resistance all 50%, which is pretty ridiculous. Negative 20% light radius, which isn't too bad. Make you get hit a little bit less, who knows. 60% armor bonus, which is kind of crazy. It has mana 30%, 30 negative, which is a lot, and it has 15 strength and 15 vitality. It's actually kind of an absolutely nutty helmet, just all in all what it gives you. I mean, 50 all res, so basically just sets all your resistances to 50, which is absolutely insane. The negative mana that it has on it is pretty rough, though. Negative 30 mana, especially for a warrior, which doesn't really have very much mana to begin with, can be pretty devastating. As you can clearly see, I go down to negative 20 mana with this freaking helmet on. The 15 strength and 15 vitality, though, are much welcome because they give you a rather huge amount of HP. As you can see, I go from 70 HP to 100, which is not bad. And, of course, my damage goes up as well. The armor class on this helmet is actually really good. With 18 armor on the base and a 60% bonus, you will literally go from a base 10 to a 38, which is basically, what is that, 28 armor class that you get from this helmet. So not only are you getting 50 all res and 28 armor class, but you also get 15 strength and 15 vitality. And the only really major downside to this helmet is the negative 30 mana, which if you can overcome the negative 30 mana, I mean, it's kind of a dumb, stupid, ridiculous helmet. It really is. Now, there are some better helmets that you could potentially use, like the Royal Circlet, which actually has bonus mana instead of reducing your mana. But nothing quite as OP as 50 all res and 28 armor class. The Veil of Steel also has that unique appearance on it. Kind of resembles some sort of like, I don't know, it's got two freaking horns on both sides, and it has like a skull over the top. It's kind of nutty. In Diablo 2, there is a Veil of Steel, and the Veil of Steel is not as good. Although it does pretty much have the same stats. It also has resist all. It also comes with the bonuses, but it's got outclassed by Kira's, which was, I don't know why they added Kira's, because Kira's is so good. It's basically like Veil of Steel Mark II, and it kind of puts the Veil of Steel to shame, to be perfectly honest. But, I mean, it is what it is. This is a quest item, and because this is a quest item, I'm pretty sure you can only get this in single player. unless you are running a mod which allows you to do this quest in multiplayer, which Devolution X does allow you to do this in multiplayer if you want. I think that's pretty much it. This is a base type of a great helm, and it does have 60 durability, which isn't like awful for a helmet at all. May those who wear this helm meet a better fate than my own, ever guided by loyalty and honor.
Wow, what can I do for you?
The Veil of Steel sells for 15,950, which makes it a really lucrative item to farm just for gold. Like if you're in single player and you can repeat that quest over and over again and get the Veil of Steel, you know, like over and over and over again, it's definitely one of those items that like you could definitely use to farm money. Next on the list is the, why does that say thinking cap? The hell? That's definitely not the right item. That's weird too, because it says Helm of Spritz down at the bottom, and it says thinking cap down at the top. None of that makes any sense. I guess I don't have the Helm of Spritz. I'm going to have to do a little bit of searching for that. I do, however, have the deflector, so we can do the deflector next. And we'll talk about that shield. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals joining me. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you enjoy the content. And as always, keep watching.